Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open House 2021 for AP Calc BC. I'm not going to do a super formal, long presentation. I know many of you already know me because I've already taught your son or daughter either last year or the year before. But I just wanted to take a couple minutes just to kind of run through what to expect this year from the classes. So I have the syllabus up on the screen. I put my face in the bottom corner so you could remember what I look like. So this is AP Calculus BC, which essentially means that it's just the extension of the AB calculus class that your son or daughter would have taken either last year or the year before. It is kind of an interesting mix of students because I have some students that took the AB course 2 years ago, and then last year were virtual and there wasn't an option for them for BC, so they waited a year. I have some students that were hybrid last year, and then I have some students, of course the lights are going to go off on me. I have some students that are coming to me from a remote environment last year. So it's a pretty good mix. The class itself only has 12 people in it, so it's nice and small. It is so much fun. I will say that it is my favorite part of the day. Every time it is a blue day, we do blue block 3. I am so happy when I know that these students are walking in the door because we truly enjoy ourselves in a very complex math setting. So to give you an idea of the class, we do pick up right where we left off in Calc 1. It will continue the AP curriculum for AP Calculus. It's going to go through and do all of the topics that are in the Calc 2 portion of calculus, and I also am going to go back and review things from Calc 1. The nice thing is there are less topics. There are fewer topics in Calc 2 than Calc 1, so we will have time as the year winds down to review the old topics and kind of put it all together before they take the AP test. The AP test this year is going to be offered on Monday, May 9th. It's a little bit later than last year. All students are already in an AP classroom setting, which is how the tests get ordered. All of those fees get taken care of ahead of the test. I believe the test is the same cost as last year, although I haven't been given an exact number. It's usually just under $100. But all of your sons and daughters are already in that site, so their test will be ordered. The actual test, the layout of the test is the exact same length as what it was last year. The difference is they take out about 40% of the Calc 1 material and replace it with Calc 2 material. So technically, they will get 2 scores after they take the AP test when the score results come in. They will get a overall score, which is how they did on all the material, both Calc 1 and Calc 2. And then they will get what's called a sub-score, which is just going to say how they did on just the Calc 1. And the nice thing about this is if they didn't do as well on the AB test last year as they would have liked, they can have this sub-score that can kind of replace it. And then they also have the chance to do well on the overall test and get a score that will help take credit for both Calc 1 and Calc 2. As far as our resources, I do all my communication through Google Classroom. So you can kind of see I have the Classrooms to page set up. I use this to put assignments. I'll post copies of notes. I'll post extra help videos that they might need, rundowns of what's coming up on any test that's coming up. We do use a graphing calculator throughout the course. They are already used to using it, so we kind of talk about when can they use it, when can they not use it. If they wanted to get a prep book, I do like the AP Calculus Barron's prep book. I will use a couple copies that I have in class throughout the class, but it is something that some students like to have on their own. We also use the site Delta Math a lot. So this is something that they should now be very familiar with from last year. Delta Math allows a lot of paperless math and it allows the students to work through different topics that I assign that go through, and it matches really well with the College Board standards for calculus. So they'll have many assignments on Delta Math. I am doing more on paper and pencil this year than I did last year, but I have found that there are some things in this platform. If you go down, I can look at all of the different topics, and they have a lot of things from calculus. All of these gray topics are all calculus, and you can even see ones that say BC. Those are saying that those topics are specific just to the Calc 2 course. So we have a lot of resources in that. As far as COVID changes, we are wearing masks, as all of you know. That has not been an issue at all. This is the class that they eat lunch. Because the class is so small, they are able to spread out and sit 6 feet apart or more because it's such a small class and eat lunch all in the classroom together. And then whenever the class starts, I let them move around and sit where they would like because then their masks are back on. As far as the makeup of grades, 15% of their grade is the homework, the classwork that we do either on Delta Math or paper and pencil, and then the other 85% will be their tests and quizzes. I'm using a variety of ways to test and quiz them this year. A lot of things that I started doing last year I realized worked really well. So I will do multiple choice questions that they'll complete in a Google form. I will do short answer questions that they will complete paper and pencil. And last year I started doing longer free response questions that they had to create a video, a Flipgrid video to explain. And surprisingly, the students enjoyed those more than I expected. I enjoyed them more than I expected. So I am going to keep those coming back as well, especially when we get to the end of a big topic. I do ask that they keep a notebook each day. It's theirs. I don't look at it, so it's kind of however they want to organize their notes. Many students are just continuing where they left off last year, so it's already together. What they need when they come into the class for the day. We do use our Chromebooks primarily for doing our assignments on Delta Math. If they want to have headphones or AirPods, something, if they're listening to something, I make help videos that they can watch. At this point, since we are not in a remote atmosphere, they don't have to watch them, but sometimes students like to hear things again, so they can have that. Their math, whatever they're writing with, paper, pencil, their graphing calculator, and this year again has been a lot of patience as we go through. I put at the bottom, and I always tell students, I encourage them to work to their potential. I know I'm working with the best dozen math students in the building, and I am very blessed to do that. And I do hold them to a high standard, but I can say that we have a lot of fun while doing it. It's a very enjoyable class. Let me see if I missed anything. We will have midterms the end of the first semester, which is actually going to be in January. Our semester continues. I think it's the second week in January is the last semester. They will not take a final exam because the AP test takes the place of the final exam. So you'll see 4 quarter grades, 1, 2, 3, and 4, a midterm grade, but there will not be an exam grade because they'll take that test. I think that is everything with the course. Thanks for sharing your sons and daughters with me. I absolutely love them. I love working with them. It's been a blast. If you ever have any questions, feel free to either reach out via email, via Remind 101, phone call, whatever you need to touch base and ask questions if you have them. And if there's anything else you need, let me know. Thanks. Have a great night.